Pro, I have another ultra wide screen.
Hey, so you're trying to ball out of control like a fancy Dan?
Hell yeah. And we're live. What's up, guys?
And we're live. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing?
How's everything? I miss you guys. Everybody.
We do miss y'all. However, business is business as usual. We do want to address the channel. This is the update, the channel update, so we can have, make sure everyone knows what's going on, because we're basically going to move everything.
We're moving. All right.
Yeah, we're moving to we're moving to another page.
Jeez.
It's shut the hell up. It's the same thing, the gaming cult. However, if you guys, in case you guys haven't, what's the word? In case you guys have been wondering, that this gaming cult page in actuality was one of my original pages. So it just was a page that I used to, just mess around, do stupid shit.
So
subscribe to my favorite subscribers. I didn't say that. That's what he said. But I wanted to be a fresh slate for all of us. Gary's still on Dominican time, so we don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
And right now it's just gonna be back to the duo until otherwise. But we're gonna put a link in the description so you guys can go to our other channel and follow it and subscribe to it. We haven't, like, as far as the giveaways were concerned, we have digital copies of God of War to still give away. It's just that this thing here has been looming over for quite a while, and we just want to make things fresh for our page as a brand and everything, and just have it legit so we have an account that we can all go to. And I guess this is the only way, because YouTube doesn't allow you to add alternate emails that have Gmail accounts that are a Gmail account. So we have to actually start over from scratch. And I would like to usher this in by letting everyone know ahead of time, so everyone knows to subscribe to our new page.
Yes, our new page.
Right now, what I'm going to do is share that video myself. Copy link, so that way everyone knows.
Man, it's been a long time coming, man. Finally got our own freaking.
Everything is down. The reason why it's taken so long for us to do this is because now, it's not that it's taken us long. It's just my stubbornness. However, it's a lot easier for us to do it this way, because now all of the email accounts are the exact same email account.
It's about
so
time.
Whenever you guys need to whenever you guys need to contact us, or we contact you, we're going to send you an email through thegamingcult@gmail.com.
It'll be through the gaming cult. Yes, correct.
So that way everyone knows
that it's us.
That it's us.
Everybody will know that it's us.
And when we do the giveaways for God of War, it's gonna be through live streaming. So when we live stream through this page or Mixer or Twitch, if we're doing multiplayer games, most likely it'll be through Twitch and Mixer. But if we're doing story-based games, we're gonna live stream those on the YouTube page.
Okay. What about Facebook? No, we're not live streaming for Facebook.
We can do live streaming through Facebook and connect it directly to our gaming code page. However, that's a discussion for just us to talk about. Yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know that that's what we're doing. We're making sure that everything has been situated properly over through the secondary channel, and so that we don't confuse anyone. And we're going to be doing a podcast once every 2 weeks. However, in between that 2 week space, the week in between, we're going to be live streaming any game. Most likely wouldn't matter what it is, depending on the taste of that day. It'll be either me or it'll be Alvin here. So the first thing that we're gonna get into after just talking about, you know, the channel update and giving everybody an update on the God of War giveaway that we still have and we haven't done. I mean, it's hard to talk about just because we've managed to get up to 900 and something views, which is not a lot, but it's good for us, you know, that we never thought we would get up that high, because just a couple of weeks back, we were only up at 500, and now we're already at 900. So that means 400 people have, well, I mean, whether it's been 400 or not, have, you know, actually watched the videos.
Yeah, I mean, we want to thank you guys for supporting us and watching our content. You know, we're striving really hard to come up with stuff, make sure you guys are entertained, make sure you guys are happy with us. And please feel free, criticize. You know, without criticism, we can't do better, you know?
Pretty much. So on to the first topic of discussion.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm a little jittery right now. I'm like trying to unclutter the clutterness of my desk right now. I don't know.
You got to clutter your desk. I got a dirty ass mirror in my background, so you know we're even. But so apparently Walmart a couple of weeks, well, not weeks ago, but a few days back, I would say maybe 5 days, give or take. Walmart
from Canada.
Walmart Canada had actually just released leaked information from E3. However, it just wasn't any, you know, regular leaked information. The games that they showed that were leaked are as follows: Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4 and the Xbox, Just Cause 4, Splinter Cell, Dragon Quest II, PS4, Xbox One, likely Dragon Quest Builders, Lego DC Villains, Borderlands 3, Rage 2, Gears of War 5, Forza Horizons 5, not Horizon, Horizons 5, Assassin's Creed, Metroid Prime 4, and Destiny Comet DLC. Now, the reason why this is so interesting is because the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Dragon Quest II are both listed for PS4 and Xbox One. Now, the reason why I'm interested in that is because just not too long ago, I would say maybe 4.5 weeks ago, Phil Spencer was on Twitter talking about how, I mean, no, not even 4 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 to 3.5 weeks ago, he was on Twitter talking about how he was speaking to Japanese developers to try to get them on board with Xbox, because we all seen how that worked in the future when he would speak to them. It ended up not working out in his particular favor. However, I feel like maybe this time around, they might just be, beginning to get a lot closer with Japanese developers, on account of, you see stuff like, what was it, last year's E3 when, who was it that went on stage at, was it last year's E3 or was it the E3 before that?
I think it was the one before that one.
With Hideo Kojima, right?
Yeah, it was the one before
that. Hideo Kojima came up on stage. I felt like that's when it all started to crest. Hideo Kojima came up on the Xbox stage to showcase Metal Gear Solid 5. So it just makes me think that maybe that was the starting point to see stuff like the Final Fantasy VII Remake appearing on the Xbox and Dragon Quest II, which is most likely going to be Dragon Quest Builders. But all in all, I'm happy to see more people get this game, just because you've seen stuff like the past, I would say April 19th, prior to God of War releasing on the PS4. Yeah. You've seen No Man's Sky was coming to the Xbox One, and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. And I really do hope more people get to play that, especially Xbox gamers. Like, those games are some amazing games. I mean, No Man's Sky was shit when it came out. However, it's actually pretty decent now compared to how it was. Plus, it's only $19. I hope it's not, $60. I haven't been up to date on the price of No Man's Sky, but it's better than this game right now. So that's all I'm concerned about. And, that's all that, matters. More people get to play.
All right. So,
what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, hey, the more people, the better. Yeah, you're right. Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't really like, wasn't. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my God, what's
What
that?
the
No
hell are
Man's
you
Sky.
talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm like not here right now. I'm like doing
You
20
got
million
pizza.
things
Go
at
eat.
once.
Go eat.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Um, yeah, no. No Man's Sky. I don't know. I mean, like when I first saw it, I was like, all right, it looks pretty cool. And then out of nowhere, like it just went to shit, and I was like, oh God. I should have like learned my lesson from that point. Instead, I freaking went and bought Extinction. So mad about that. Anyway,
Nah, but like if you don't mind me saying, I feel like No Man's Sky falls into it. Like this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but once again, it's my opinion. But I think No Man's Sky falls into the category of games that are similar to Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, because IGN just dropped a recent it's an unofficial, they call it an unofficial preview of State of Decay 2.
mm-hmm.
And the game looks rough. Like you see jittery frame, you see jittery frame rates. Among other things, it doesn't look like it's like it looks like it's a world that Rare would make, where it's open and they basically can fill it in with more stuff over time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't mind games like that. However, I do hope it's better than Sea of Thieves, because Sea of Thieves, we saw great things from the beginning, and then when it came out, poof, is not on anyone's radar.
Well, I mean, Sea of Thieves, I play it. I try to play it, as often as I can. They just recently announced the Hungering something for it, it's going to be a DLC expansion. So it's going to be like the mermaids, I believe, and it's going to be like some kind of story or whatever about it. And they're going to release a bunch of other stuff to it. For example, you can share items and stuff. So if you have bananas, but your partner doesn't, you can share bananas, cannonballs, wooden planks. They're going to have a bunch of other features on there as well. So just in case, No Man's Sky is $60, and the current patch is 1.3 called Atlas Rises for No Man's Sky, just in case. But in Sea of Thieves, yeah, they're gonna release a bunch of stuff now. They're slowly coming out with stuff. The Hungering Pain, I think it's called, that when that comes out, the people that have been working on that, they're gonna move on to the next project. They have like three different crews right now working on 3 different DLCs for that game. So it's gonna be, I don't know, they're finally gonna do it. When Sea of Thieves came out, Rare, they admitted that they released that game with like the intentions of it like not going anywhere. Like they didn't want to. They just threw it out there just to throw it out there, like just to see. And little by little, people like picked it up and started playing, and it's going to be great. They're going to implement also private servers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be able to play with your friends. Does that include raids? I don't know. It'll be nice though, because there'll be times that I just want to do a raid. I don't care who's with me. I just want to do it, and I'm there and I'm trying to do it, and here comes some asshole killing me, and then I can't finish the raid. So that sucks. But they're finally going to release some private servers. For some future content, they might release. I believe they're going to release some other ships as well. I've seen some designs. One of them included a man of war. We're looking at like 16 different cannons. And yeah, it's 16 cannons and there's only 4 people. But apparently these ships that they're going to release, you can actually add more people. So the man of war, I believe, can hold anywhere between 6 to 8 players in one shot. So what does that mean for the Xbox people? Your whole entire party can be playing Sea of Thieves under the same session at once. So it's all 8 of you guys going crazy in a private party chat, as well as like going crazy in the game at the same time. So I can't wait for that. It is. I hope that they implement that. What was the other one? State of Decay. You were talking about?
Yeah, State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2, I honestly haven't seen much of it other than what I believe IGN, what they released.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yours is probably the same exact.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, that was like a beta that they released, and I wasn't expecting much of it because we're talking about a couple of months ago that came out. And,
no, the unofficial preview is up now. This is recent. It's like 2 days ago.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's a recent one.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't seen that.
Back to the Walmart stuff. Walmart said it was a glitch caused by apparent E3 spoiling leaked titles are speculative, which is fake. But
I don't know.
The E3 is a trade show that for 2 decades has given video game companies a platform to unveil their upcoming projects. There's always an air of expectation for gamers who annually hold their breath to see what new digital delights will be served up in the year ahead. On Wednesday, Walmart Canada apparently leaked the names of numerous games that could plausibly be making an appearance at this year's E3 in June. Seemingly spoiling the surprise for everybody, video game nerds around the internet have been having a freak out ever since. When Motherboard reached out to Walmart Canada for comment. However, a spokesperson said that the titles are speculative. That's the part I said is a damn lie. There's no such thing as speculative in the gaming world. Those were all real titles that will show up at this year's E3. You best believe.
Wario 64, the person that leaked.
Yes.
He Rage 2. He was like, I don't know if it was him.
Wait, hold on. That's the thing though. Rage 2 has been being talked about for like a week and a half now, and then it just shows up on the quote unquote speculative E3 list that Walmart Canada has. I call bullshit on Walmart Canada. Y'all need to fix y'all fucking services. That's probably why that shit leaked. Somebody updated the page too early. They updated the page too early, and they got their ass handed to them. I hope that speculative page gets fired because that was the motherfucker who leaked all of the information. They're saying this is what they said. Walmart experienced a technical glitch that allows time. But I thought it was speculative.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of assholes.
Well.
And
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. If this list is correct, we're looking at like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Tom Clancy's of Division 2 and Splinter Cell. I'm a huge Splinter Cell fan, man. I can't fucking wait.
And the reason why I think or know for a fact Splinter Cell is going to come back, whether it be at the beginning of Ubisoft's E3 press conference or whether it be that just one more game type of thing, there's no more Snake. There's no more Big Boss. So Sam Fisher has to come out of retirement. Like, you have to show some support in the stealth genre. There's no more stealth genre-based type games that are in the same caliber of Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell. Hell, even if Sony Bend were to hear us, please make a Siphon filter again.
Oh man, I was about to bring that up too. Like Siphon filter back in the day.
Please do that. Like, there's no more stealth, like actual stealth-based games that'll penalize you for going off the deep end. Metal Gear Solid 5 kind of did that, where if you went stealth and then you messed up and started shooting and caused the ruckus, the whole military base would be on your ass like white on rice.
White on rice.
Hey, why don't y'all just figure out some way to do it again? Bring back Siphon Filter, maybe for the PS5. Let that be a launch title on the PS5. Because currently, from where they're standing, which is a good segue by the way, into Days Gone. Days Gone, they just dropped a bunch of information through Game Informer. And it's crazy because no one ever thought. Like, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, we'll be posting this inside the comments in the link in the description of our page. But it's all alpha gameplay and it looks astonishing. If you have, I will best say, if you have like a bigger monitor or a screen to watch it on, I suggest you do that. The phone won't do it any justice. Even at pre-alpha or alpha gameplay in general, the game looks amazing. It looks like a game that the Walking Dead cast would make, because that's how good it looks. And it's only an alpha. It's only an alpha gameplay. And Game Informer put all of that up. They have an article. I'm gonna post that as well in the comments. But they have the first hour of gameplay from Days Gone, and they also have an extra 40 minutes on the YouTube page as well. So we're gonna post those links in the description once we're done with this. But the excerpt says, with our new cover story on Days Gone, we're dividing into details on the upcoming open world PS4 exclusive. With this update, we wanted to let viewers get an extensive look at what the game themselves, for themselves. Thanks to Sony Ben's generosity, we're able to show the absolute beginning of the game to help guide us through the experience. I'm joined by the game's creative director, John Garvin. Shout out to Sony Ben and John Garvin. And game director, Jeff Ross, to talk about the process of bringing the game to life. Shout out to you too, Jeff Ross. Watch the video below to get a look at the first hour of Days Gone. And please keep in mind that this gameplay is far from finished and the game isn't launching until early 2019. So the fact that it's launching in early 2019, so far you have God of War that came out. You have Detroit Become Human that comes out on the same day as State of Decay. You have Spider-Man September 7th. And then you have Days Gone probably between February and March of 2019.
It's going to be crazy stuff.
It's nuts. I don't know. It's crazy. And then they this is not segueing into anything, but they also spoke about God damn it, I can't find shit. I'm not even looking for much. I'm just looking for something. I can't find it. Anyway, long story short. Go ahead. I'll let you handle, talking for now until I can find it. Okay.
There you go. You found it.
So the game, these are just some details because the Game Informer magazine has just been issued. So sorry for the blunder. But it says the game's been in development for 5 years. First idea after making Uncharted Golden Abyss for the PS Vita. More than 100 developers. Team size has doubled since 2016. Picks up several years after a pandemic has ravaged the US. People infected by the virus are simply called infected by NERO, the National Emergency Response Organization. NERO operated 12 checkpoints for quarantining and processing people, but now abandoned. Deacon has a mercenary friend named Boozer. The plot is about surviving, not finding a cure. Stealing Boozer's stuff will make him upset, which will affect your relationship. So basically, that part right there makes me believe that there's gonna be, if any of you guys ever played Infamous Second Son, how they had the good side and the bad side in which you did things. I feel like this Days Gone is gonna have something similar where, depending on what you if you steal little items from Boozer, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna a lot of people are gonna take the bad route first and destroy their friendship with Boozer, simply based on the fact that a lot of people when they played I just found this out recently, but I think they said a lot of people when they played Infamous Second Son, they played the bad route first and then they did the good route.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna happen, especially with Boozer. And plus, there's a lot of people who are who, when they have an open world game, they just like to loot every treasure chest. So if you loot everything, you're most likely gonna be stealing from Boozer.
Yeah.
5 encampments in the world which Deacon goes between has to forge relationships. Have to clear out location to unlock fast travel. That kind of sounds like what's that? That Far Cry when you have to go to the different areas in Far Cry 5 to unlock the camp fast travel.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like from Far Cry 5. I mean, Far Cry in general, but what else? What else did they say? Has to clear out locations to unlock fast travel. Well, there you go. Weapons look worn down because of the rain. Larger towns to explore. Weapons lockers and safe houses will refill ammo. Deacon can scout camps with binoculars. Deacon is the enforcer of a biker club called the Mongrels. Bikes is completely upgradable with cosmetic upgrades such as paint jobs. Can increase fuel efficiency and durability. Swap out tires based on weather. Can ambush camps. Shotguns, sniper rifles, Molotov cocktails, pistols, LMGs, grenades, napalm, freaker air bounties, hunting animals, camps to clear, flashback missions where you learn about Deacon's past with Sarah, which is his wife. If you guys seen the first E3 trailer from the
spoiler alert. No, I'm kidding.
Ambush camps are bad, encampments are good. Ambush camps will attack you roadside marauders. Freakers are drawn to dark places such as tunnels and will make nests. Only way to clear freaker nests via Molotov, gas cans, oil drums. Deacon has survival vision. Survival vision sound like eagle vision.
What the hell?
Because well, then again, they have been doing this for 5 years, so I don't know. Maybe somewhere along the line they just put something like that in there. I mean, every game has that. Fucking The Witcher has it. The Witcher Sense. Assassin's Creed has always had it as Eagle Vision, and I think Far Cry has it. Not sure. I don't really play that shit no more. Radio towers that you can climb. No fetch quests or time trials. Everything has context. Hordes are scattered throughout the world. 300 zombie horde is a baby horde. What? The E326 Dean demo had 500. What? That's a lot of shit on screen happening at once.
Yeah, it is.
Holy Jesus.
I mean, with current gen consoles, you know.
I'm pretty sure it'll have like some frame rate issues on the PS4 base model, but I'm confident that it will be decent, semi-decent on the PS4 Pro. Oops.
Our guy left. So now it's up to me to save this channel, guys. Oh, he's back. Yeah.
I didn't actually leave. So what's next on the list?
I don't know. Do you want me to talk for a while? I got somebody in the YouTube chat like talking to me in Portuguese. And he's like talking about anime and everything. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, he's talking about Death Stranding. Yeah, because that's gonna be happening at the Sony E3 presser. I had to just look at that myself, but that's gonna be happening at the Sony E3 press conference. I didn't understand all of it. I kind of understood some of it.
I understand some of it too. All right, so apparently Steam is going to release Steam Link on the mobile, so that's gonna be awesome. Apparently, you can play your computer games, your PC game on your mobile phone. Why that's going to happen is you got to have your Steam Link that you can pretty much buy anytime it goes on sale for like $1, $5, I think the cheapest. You hook it up, make sure that it's on your 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. It can't be on a 2.4. It has to be on the 5 gigahertz network, or has to be hardwired. Okay, Ethernet port. And then from there, you have to have your phone on the same network, hook it up to either the Steam Link controller, which actually works pretty good, or any other compatible Bluetooth controller, and start playing. You can just start playing. It works the same way. The Steam Link, the Steam Link menu will look exactly the same on your phone. You just press the game and you start playing. I haven't seen any kind of testing on it. I wish I could test it just to see what's going on, because that'd be very, very interesting in that. You know, I would love to do that. As in remote play, they're saying it's not a possibility, but I could probably say different. I already do remote play on with my Xbox. So my Xbox stays in my house. I travel from the Bronx to Manhattan to visit my mother, and I grab her laptop and just stream over my Xbox, and I play no problem, you know. So I'll see what I can do. If I can get my hands on that, and then hopefully by I think it's May 21st that they said they were going to release it, the week of May 21st. Hopefully I'll be able to get some information for you guys before that, or hopefully during that. So yeah.
If anything, though, I believe that's actually going to be kind of great in a sense.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I can't
wait. Yeah, hell yeah. But a lot of people, Destiny 2's Warmind DLC came out, and I feel like Activision and EA will never fucking learn. So apparently, there's a friendly PSA out going around saying, "Don't buy this insulting piece of shit." The second mission literally has you return to the EDZ to a lost sector that was already in the main game. The campaign continues. Follow through with another hour and change of flatlining content across reused assets of Mars. They somehow managed to make a worse campaign than Curse of Osiris. Just complete disrespect to the fan base. So like a lot of people are really pissed off, like really pissed off. And I feel like Activision and EA just don't give a fuck anymore. At this point in time, they don't care. Like whatever EA comes out with, hell, even the news of EA going with Battlefield Bad Company 3, most likely, I feel like because I'm a sucker for Battlefield titles, I feel like, I mean, I don't honestly think that EA could do worse than Activision, because Activision really don't care. Whenever shit goes down on the Activision game, they will not fix it. They will push that shit to the side like this, and they will come out with something new and be like, hey, you like this too, right? Yeah, take this, enjoy. So, I mean, I feel like they're doing that right now with Destiny 2, because it's like the only new and original strike is exclusive to PlayStation. So Xbox people and PC fans, forget about it. Like you're not playing a new strike unless you have a PS4. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it benefits the publishers, the publisher and the platform to have these exclusive deals. However, when it comes to shit like this, is unbearable, because it's like it puts you in a vice. You don't know what to do. It's like the only new and original strike is literally exclusive to PS4. So that means anyone who wants to play anything new on Destiny may have to wait until next year. Or maybe later this year when the new DLC comes out in September, which is most likely what they'll do.
Yeah. I mean, look at Capcom with Monster Hunter. The PlayStation 4 guys, they have a whole bunch of costumes or armor and all that stuff that the Xbox people don't have. Like the Ryu stuff, the Ryu with the white gi and the red bandana. I don't think is even out yet for the Xbox. The Sakura, the Sakura armor is out. Dante armor was out if you missed it during the spring event. We're probably not gonna get Horizon Zero Dawn, although
I'm definitely not getting that shit.
We're probably never gonna get that. And the latest announcement was Ryu with the red gi. So that's the latest announcement, according to my boy that's a fanboy. He says that's part of Dark Ryu's costume and stuff.
I believe that's going to be possible. I honestly think that's going to be shown off at Microsoft's E3 conference.
Yeah, it could be. Just in case, that armor is rarity 7, if you guys are interested. So,
These are back to the Destiny 2 stuff. Once we finish the Destiny 2 stuff, we'll go into our E3 speculations, because I want to talk about what I think may happen at this year's E3, and I want to see if those fall in line with maybe what you might be thinking as well. These are advertised as new and separate content, same as they are in the original game. However, in the new DLC Warmind, 2 of them are literally just the last 2 campaign levels, with the third and only original content being exclusive to PlayStation. As if it was already bad enough, when one of the 4 campaign levels is just set in an old area of Earth, then the last two are also doubling the strikes. They did this in the Curse of Osiris as well, but at least then they changed it up a bit, given the different dialogue and had the excuse that it was a second run of the simulation. Even then, they didn't literally use the final boss as a campaign as a strike. I can't stress enough that this is advertised as separate content to the campaign, just as though the base Destiny 2 game in addition is $20 US expansion. So this is separate from the content of the DLC that came with Destiny 2. So you have to actually pay $20 for this out of pocket, even if you are on PlayStation as well.
Man, I don't even know.
I was like, it's not worth it anymore. If you need a game to play, honestly, you'd literally be better off playing Monster Hunter World right now. If you want a game that will have you in co-op with friends.
Destiny, when the first Destiny they announced it, I'll admit it, I was hyped, I was ready to go.
Who was it?
You know, like my boy and I, we got the game, we started playing, and we went for it. Then the first DLC came out. I was still okay with it and everything else. And then the second DLC came out, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I felt like I was back in a repeat, you know? So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I started losing interest. Then the last DLC came out, which they revamped everything, and they added a bunch of stuff, removed a bunch of stuff. I was like, all right, I guess I can see this coming. Then they announced Destiny 2. I actually boycotted Destiny after that. I was like, I'm done, you know. And then the only reason why I play it now is because of my boy. Him and I, we share Xbox, so that's the only reason why I play it. You know, I played Destiny 2 when it first came out. I played it for a while religiously, and I stopped. I honestly just stopped. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. You know, even to this day, I still don't like it. And not for nothing, like this announcement right here of like having to pay extra money for some content that's probably won't even be worth it. I don't know. You know, like to me,
at this point in time, I think everybody should just give up. And I know that sounds harsh to say, especially to the hardcore Destiny crowd.
Oh,
but I was hardcore.
I know somebody.
Destiny. I bought the game. Like the first Destiny, I was playing with friends. After I found out that, like, the whole time I'm playing through the first Destiny, Destiny 1, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm waiting for the story to come out. You got to read it. It was inside those cards that you had to go to the Bungie website to read.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get the full depth of the story.
Yep.
That annoyed me to no fucking end because first and foremost, I'm a single player guy. I like single player stories. Those stories get me involved in the game. That's what got me involved in gaming. I don't mind multiplayer games every now and then. The only multiplayer games that I will play, however, aren't like stuff like Fortnite. It may fall in line with PUBG and Battlefield. Like I like that type of stuff. So it had those multiplayer games to me, as well as The Last of Us and like Gears of War, have substance in the multiplayer. I don't want to play stuff like Fortnite. When I want a story, I want a story-driven game that's going to leave me sinking in there for hours, just like God of War. When I played God of War recently, I spent days on end, and I'm still playing now. I haven't even beaten it because I wanted to give myself a break from gaming. That's where anime came in. I'll talk about that a little later, but I started binge watching Hunter x Hunter. The rest of it, beautiful game, beautiful anime.
Yeah.
But long story short, it's just annoying. It's like these companies, they used to see us as gamers, and now some of them only see us as a profit margin. And I understand everyone's here to make money. Hell, Sony's here to make money. Microsoft's here to make money. Nintendo's here to make money.
Yep.
But, like, sadly, Microsoft, I can say this about Microsoft. Microsoft's listening to us where it counts as far as services. They're doing a horrible job at games. I'm sorry. I'm going to just put that out there. This E3 is their E3 to change it. However, everybody's been saying that. Last year's E3 was the E3 to change it. The year before that, that was that year E3 to change it. And it's like nothing has happened to make people change their mind. However, I feel like, even Nintendo have kind of learned from their mistakes. No, they didn't. But they kinda. And I feel like Sony learned from last gen where they messed up, indefinitely with the PS3. Because right now, PS4 is firing on all cylinders, and like the story-based games that they have, as well as what Nintendo has, is just beautiful. Like, it's if you think about it, a lot of people are like, why don't Sony release their games in the winter so I can have something to play, or the fall? Why would you release your single-player story-based games in the time of the year where there's multiplayer games?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Why would you do that? Hell, I even expect Microsoft to take that into next gen when they make their new Xbox system. Release their games around this time of the year. That way, it gives us substance to play. That way, when the Q3 and the Q4 of the year come, we could play some games in the barren wasteland that is the summer, the 3 months. Give us something, like, remember, The Last of Us dropped in June. It was June 14th, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it was June 14th of 2013. We had something to play until GTA 5 came out in September.
Yep.
Xbox gamers had shit. They didn't have anything to play until September when GTA 5 came out. And even then, it was hard because they had GTA 5 on the 360, and they had like 2 discs that you had to install. One was for the game, and one was for the textures and shit. And I'm like, okay, this is beyond me, but I guess this is what they want to do. Yeah, I remember that too because I bought it twice like a dumbass. I had friends who had Xbox 360, and then after that, I just was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm not buying no more games for the PS3 or the Xbox 360 because I know the new systems come out this year. That's when they had that E3 presser, and Don Matrick screwed Xbox over. And now we're at the predicament that we are currently at, where Microsoft and EA are starting to say stupid shit like, single-player games don't have a future. It's like, motherfucker, I don't know where you get these ideas from, but you need to pipe it down a little bit because if you haven't noticed, God of War sold 3.1 million in 3 days.
Yep.
3 fucking days. God of War sold 3.1 million. So it's been almost 3 weeks now. I'm pretty sure that they passed 4.5 or 5 million copies already. I'm pretty sure they passed 5 million.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And it's crazy because the same people who be like, these single-player games don't sell, Horizon Zero Dawn proved y'all wrong. Uncharted 4 proved y'all wrong. A fucking expansion to Uncharted 4 proved y'all wrong. The Lost Legacy. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that single-player games are here and they're here to stay. If you don't like it, there's always Fortnite and PUBGs. And, hell, even the rumors spreading around of the new Battlefield Bad Company 3 and the new Call of Duty having Battle Royale, those are going to be around. So it's like, just make sure that you have your games spaced out. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft's going to do that eventually. I feel like they're going to do that. Like, Phil Spencer won't do it now, but they're going to do
that. Real quick, God of War. I don't know if it's fake, but I actually saw, supposedly, fake or not, it was pretty interesting. Jason Momoa playing Kratos in a Netflix series of God of War.
That is fake.
Okay,
but that would be nice though.
But that was nice. A bit interesting
because I didn't know that it was him until someone pointed it out that it was him, and I was like, wow, he can do it all. He can be Aquaman. He can be Kratos. Shit, he can be the Khaleesi Khal Drogo. Like, he's good. He can do it all. So to me, I was like, I'd like to see that. In other news, there was also a rumored PS4 Pro bundle for Spider-Man. And it's nothing to say about it except that the shit looks amazing. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I know you guys can see over here my PS4 Pro. That's the Star Wars PS4 Pro. I will be buying another one if that PS4 Pro rumor Spider-Man is true. It's right there in the corner, motherfucker.
No.
See, it says Star Wars.
Your finger completely disappears into the side of the screen.
Oh. Whatever. It's right there.
Anyway. Oh, okay. Now I see it. It was my fault.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
All right. Speaking of consoles, there's a Marvel and Microsoft actually joined forces and they made 5 exclusive consoles. It's Black Panther and Warmonger in their Black Panther suits, half and half, on this console itself. It looks pretty fucking sick. The only way to get one is to join the sweepstakes. I totally forgot the website for it, but I will try to get it for you. And you can sign in as many times as you want from now until May 21st. But
that actually sounds good.
It looks awesome. It really looks awesome. I recommend you guys searching it up. And you wish you're gonna do right now, aren't you?
Nah, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, right.
But also EA CEO, we're pushing forward with loot boxes despite regulations, so they still don't give a damn. And it annoys me because it's like these guys really, like, they're now about their bottom dollar. They're not about the fun of the game.
Oh,
and
yeah?
like there's only 2 games I'm interested on EA side. That's Anthem and Battlefield. That's it. And I feel like they're gonna fuck those both up. If they will still pursue loot boxes despite them being banned in the EU and stuff like that, like there's places like Belgium and stuff that are gonna be banning them, and it's very annoying because it's like, how are you guys calling yourselves a game publisher and you're just allowing the shit to still constantly happen? Yeah, I understand you want to make your investors happy, but what about the gamers, the people who's paying you? We're if you want to be technical, we're investors too. We're investing in buying your fucking game.
Yep, that is true.
And like y'all, then they want to switch up. You ever notice how when you don't buy shit from a game company, they want to switch up, and then they want to do things the right way? You shouldn't have to not buy some game just for you motherfuckers to switch up. You should know already. Let me not do this. How are y'all quote unquote adults and you don't know right from wrong?
I don't know. It's weird.
Just like
what?
The God of War director, he was discussing the alleged death of single player games, and he was talking about it too. That kind of sort of segued into what I was speaking about before, where he was like, as multiplayer games continue to rise in popularity, there's been speculation in recent years that single player games are dying. God of War director Cory Barlog recently weighed in with his thoughts on the matter and discussed why he believes that there's still very much a place for story-driven single-player experiences in gaming. Single-player games are the phoenix at this point, Barlog said on the latest episode of IGN Expert Mode. We go through the ebb and flow. Games change by the different creators that get involved and say, I have this crazy idea. While competitive gamers are the hot thing right now, Barlog noted that they aren't for everyone, himself included. I don't want to work on any games that don't have some kind of story component because that's the draw for me, he said. Competition doesn't drive me. It's not to say the competition is bad. It's not to say that competitive games are bad, because I love that those exist, but it's not my thing. Barlog believes there will always be a place for both single player and multiplayer games. The popularity of different types of experience will just rise and fall as time goes on. And I completely agree with him. And I guess he vanished into thin air. But basically, that kind of sucks that they think that single player games are dying. And I'll just move on to the next topic. Apparently, in April 2018, the top 20 all platforms in Germany, God of War was number 1, followed by Far Cry 5, FIFA 18, Mario Kart 8, GTA 5, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Minecraft, and Call of Duty World War II. Those are the top 10 games in Germany for April 2018. There's also a rumor that Nier Automata is coming to the Xbox One, which was before an exclusive PS4 game, but this was leaked by someone from Juke's Video from France, which is a French video game news outlet, and they seem to be right sometimes, but I'm not sure. Like, because that can be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, if it does come out for the Xbox, the more the merrier. I hope people actually purchase it, because I will. I'll purchase it on there to play it myself. But yeah, I mean,
you know, I heard about that. I heard about that game coming out. That was a game I actually wanted to play. I've been seeing it on Steam. It's been going on sale for a couple of times already and all that. I just haven't had a chance to like really like sit down and make the purchase and actually play. I've been stuck on, you know, other games and stuff and work and life. You know?
The next thing I wanted to talk about, since I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that the podcast was this short already, because I would have just ended it already, since we don't have much news to talk about. We already brought up the important topics. However, there's quite a few other things that I would like to talk about. Apparently, Shadow of the Tomb Raider will be the first game on the Xbox One X that shows that flexes the Xbox One X's muscle.
I can't wait.
And it says the game will run at native 4K.
Yes.
No, it didn't say native. It just says 4K and 60 frames on the Xbox. So both 4K and 60 frames.
I can't wait.
They said that although he didn't say whether this is native 4K and a locked 60 frames or Microsoft, you know what I think it is? I think it's gonna be checkerboard 4K with unlocked 60 frames.
I can't wait. Regardless, I just can't wait. The last couple of Tomb Raider games that came out, like this whole like refresh, it's just that. It's refreshing. Like I actually enjoy these last couple of Tomb Raider games. It's, even though some of it's a little bit repetitive, it still adds an element of like, okay, I can do this, I got this, and the difficulty is great. You know, like it's, you know, I don't know, I love it. I know I can't wait for this fucking game. The first one was good. The second one was even better. I can only imagine this one, especially after seeing that trailer, like in the Mayan temples. And then I've heard like other I've been watching other YouTubers videos about it, and they actually had a chance to play the game, and they're every single time. I keep hearing incredible. I keep hearing the game is awesome. I keep hearing that the game is actually really good. That honestly, they really wish they can talk about it. You know. Honestly,
from what I heard about the not YouTubers, but just some of the news outlets, they were saying that it's not really anything new. And then not only that, but I hope this isn't true. Maybe it is, but no, I mean, maybe it isn't true. But apparently, from what I heard and what I read, was that they was like, Lara doesn't have her dual wielding pistols, and I don't know, maybe they weren't far in the game and they just let them play the first half of the game, and I'm hoping that's what it was. But from what I heard, they said that she didn't have her dual wielding pistols, and that was in the first one that came out in 2013. So if they don't have it for, you know, this new game that comes out later this year, then I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
See, I didn't hear about that. Now you got me all like worried now. You got me all like, damn.
Yeah, and then they said it plays exactly just like Rise of the Tomb Raider. There's nothing really different besides the tombs, and that Lara doesn't have her dual wielding pistols. So that kind of, you know, I don't know how to feel about that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
EA has provided a new combined install base estimate for the PS4 and the Xbox One. The publisher expects PS4 and Xbox One to continue to be strong. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this is because if no one notices, Microsoft doesn't like, when they're on the losing end of the console war, as they call it, Microsoft doesn't like to share their numbers of how many systems they sold. They're the only ones who do that. Because when Sony was losing with the PS3 gen, Sony still would tell how many numbers they had, and people would like shit on them because they were so, they were so low. So Electronic Arts, or can I say Con Artist Arts? Expects the combined install base of the two consoles to grow to 130 million units by the end of the calendar year 2018. We also get an estimate of 103 million by December 31st, 2017. So that's 103 million split between the PS4 and the Xbox One. This means that if EA's estimate is correct, the Xbox One only sold 29.4 million units by December 31st, 2017, which is fucking low.
Yeah.
Considering that we know the PS4 sold 73.6 million units by that same date. And a lot of people, myself included, thought that they had cleared the 30 million mark. But what I think? I think that the Xbox One base model, like the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, sold 29 million.
Yeah.
But the Xbox One X isn't accounted for the rest. And I think the Xbox One X edges it up into 35, 36 plus million.
Yeah.
Because ever since then, no one's been buying. The only time someone buys an Xbox One S is because it's cheaper. They buy it for a grandchild or a brother or a little sister or something.
I was thinking about buying one the other day.
The Xbox One X, however, is geared more towards the gamer who wants the full experience of Xbox with all the bells and whistles.
Yep.
So I feel like Xbox One X itself, and like if you put Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, I think Xbox One X has outsold PS4 Pro by maybe 2.5 to 3.5 million. 2.5, maybe 2.5 to 3, maybe 2.5 million. The reason being is because ever since people found, ever since Microsoft released the Xbox One X, and lately they've just been having all types of deals where if you buy it, you get like 2 free games. Sony has been dropping the price of the PS4 Pro to $350 to fit that standard, and coming with 2 free digital games. So chances are it's edging it out, but it's not completely there. So I feel like the Xbox One X is 7 million, and the PS4 Pro might be at 3 or 4.5, maybe 5 million. System sold.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I feel like Sony is not counting the PS4 Pro, because Sony said it themselves. This is why I wish Microsoft would be as open as Sony when it comes to stuff like this. But Sony said the PS4 Pro isn't replacing the PS4. It's just for people. It's just for our gamers who want all the bells and whistles. So they marketed that specifically for people like us. However, the regular PS4 Slim replaced the OG PS4.
Yeah.
The same way the OG Xbox got replaced by the Xbox One S.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think is going on is you see more people now buying PS4 Slims and Xbox gamers buying PS4 Slims so they can play a game, or buying it used from a GameStop brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
So it's like, chances are you might have some truth in that sales definition, because if EA got that, EA don't just lie about numbers. I mean, they lie about everything else, but they don't lie about numbers, because that's actually illegal when it comes to the MPD sales rhythmic of things. So from that standpoint, I feel like chances are that that's true. That's accurate. That sales point of 29.4 million Xbox Ones. And that means that they only sold 3.8 million units in the US alone. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man, yo, what's going on with the net neutrality, man?
Well, I have to go into my page to see that, because that post was all on my Facebook. So you can segue into talking about it. Previously he was talking about how net neutrality was supposed to go away. But I have a link that the government is apparently trying to save net neutrality.
Oh yeah. You hear that? You hear that, guys?
If I can freaking find it.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, the Senate has forced a vote to restore net neutrality.
There you go. So apparently,
like you start off with your end first. Apparently, they were trying to have a deadline by what was it, June 11th?
Yeah, that was supposedly the deadline. The death date for net neutrality was supposed to be June 11th, which means that a lot of companies now would have access to the ISPs, the internet service providers. They would have access to a lot of different websites, and they can slow it down or speed it up. They can also charge you for service. So not only would you have like Netflix as an example, you would pay for Netflix services, and then you would have to pay on top of that an extra fee for receiving content in 4K or receiving content in 1080p. Yeah, it's going to be a giant mess. And then these conglomerates can actually like just go around and doing almost whatever they want. I think it was Comcast. I think they were the only company that couldn't really do much when it came to the net neutrality, because of they signed an agreement not to do anything hasty when it comes to net neutrality, but that contract ends in September for them. But now Trushan is telling me something different, which I didn't know about.
Yeah, so Senator Ed Markey, the Democrat of I don't know what that is, but and 32 other Democrats have submitted a new discharge petition under the Congressional Review Act, setting the stage for a full congressional vote to restore net neutrality. Because of the unique CRA process, the petition has the power to force a Senate vote on the resolution, which leaders say is expected next week. The Congressional Review Act allows Congress to roll back regulations within 60 legislative days of introduction, a process that today's resolution would apply to the internet rules introduced by FCC Chairman Ajit Pai in December. Pai's rules reversed the 2015 Open Internet Order, which had explicitly banned blocking, throttling, and paid prioritization by internet providers. To successfully undo the Pai-Ho order and restore the 2015 rules, today's resolution would need a bare majority in the Senate, in both the Senate and in the House, as well as the president's signature. So far, 50 senators have come out in support of the bill. 48 Democrats, together with Senator Angus King and Senator Susan Collins. Activists have targeted moderate Republicans like Senator Lisa Murkowski and Senator John Kennedy. I'm sorry, I read that name and was like, are they sure? And Senator Rob Portman, those are all Republicans, by the way, as a possible 51st vote. The 2015 net neutrality rules are still broadly popular, with which activists hope will make members of Congress wary of voting against them. Senator Brian Schatz told The Verge he's hopeful that the resolution will find a 51st vote in the Senate and proceed through the House. We don't know how this is going to end, but it's part of an effort to get every member of Congress on the record either supporting or opposing net neutrality, Schatz said. With this piece of legislation, there is nowhere to hide. There is no excuses. The resolution has gained significant support from the internet community, such as Reddit, Tumblr, Etsy, and other sites, have put up red alert banners as part of a day of action to drive petitions in support of the resolution. So, like, this is fucking amazing. Like, I really do hope, I hope for the 51st vote, because they have all of these Democrats voting for it. But yeah, Democrats are bad. But anyway, long story short, let's not get too political here. They're actually fighting for us to have our net neutrality the way it always has and will and should be.
We need net neutrality, man. We need it. Without it, and the internet and how you know it is gonna go to shit.
Podcasts and all of this, you'll see more. The crime rate will spike. I promise you, the crime rate will spike.
They'll be looting. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly, I feel like they just might be looting. Yeah. Like, I don't think people realize how far this goes down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Just think about this for a minute. How many people that are non-gamers use the internet to search for their favorite sports game?
Yep.
So when you want to see if the Cavs is losing or getting their ass beat or if they're winning a game, how do you think that's going to work if your internet service provider decides, oh, since he watches ESPN a lot, let me charge him $50 extra. That's the ESPN package. On top of your bill that may already be $150 or $170. Yep. So now you have this extra bill. I don't want to be paying. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be paying extra. And I know for a fact they will overcharge for gamer packages, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. There will be a gamer package that starts at a low end tier, and that low end tier will be $90. So add $90 on top of your bill. And then they probably have another tier that'll be like $180. That one will be the quote unquote the grand gamer bundle. And then you get the ultimate gamer tier, which will be like $220. And it's like add that to your already existing bill. And it's like they will fucking gouge your eyes out.
I'm telling you, man.
The last thing we need is that. That's the last thing we need.
At the current moment, I have Verizon Fios, and I love it. You know, I love the internet. Doesn't really die out on me. It runs smoothly and everything. What I'm paying now is perfect, you know. But for them to add, which it could be a possibility. You know, they might not add anything, or they might. Which I feel like they might actually add something. I don't know. I'm already on a budget as is. You know, I'm not struggling, but I'm making enough to survive. You know, to pay bills, pay rent, have food and clothes from my family and myself. I can only imagine like when the net neutrality goes down that like now I'm gonna have to like cut back, or I have to like just cut it off completely.
Not only that, but think about this. We pay for Netflix. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm paying for Netflix right now. I'm paying for Hulu. I'm paying for Crunchyroll. And my friend, he pays for DirecTV Now. You also have on top of that your phone bill. You have your rent. You have, like, I don't even have a kid. Mr. Joker has a kid. So, like, these are things that I pay for myself. He has kids. These are things that I pay for myself, so I can only imagine what he pays for. I have a credit card bill that I pay. What else? Then there's my living expenses. Those two, like, it's too much to count on two hands.
Yeah.
So if you then add that, that'll be like another bill that I don't necessarily need. And I'm pretty sure people who have children who like the game on their spare time don't need that bullshit as well. Whoever the crazy thing is, the guy who's Ajak Piehole, he used to work at Verizon.
Yep.
Go figure, guys.
Yep.
He used to work at Verizon, and now that he's the chairman, I don't know whose idea was it to make him chairman, but now he's the chairman. It's even worse because he's really really pushing through to try to do this shit. It's not like we don't already get throttling type of. I mean, I don't know. I don't get throttling on my phone because I have T-Mobile, but it's not like we don't already have throttling on mobile.
Throttling is there. I have T-Mobile. Throttling is there.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah, you have to hit a certain threshold. The threshold doesn't really get hit.
I hit 50 gigabytes of data every month.
You're not at that threshold yet. It's like over 100 something gigabytes.
Hit 100 gigabytes of data.
You'll be surprised. Back in the day,
what the hell do people be doing?
You
downloading porn?
Maybe. Back in the day with me, I used to stream stuff, download stuff.
Stream all of that porn, right?
Hell yeah.
Look at him, people. He looks like he's a pervert.
Hairy palms. Yeah, so speaking of motherfuckers, did you know Facebook is making cryptocurrency?
Speak on it, because that's not my forte, that area. So go ahead.
So I mean, there's not really much detail about it, but apparently Facebook's having a midlife crisis, and they're making cryptocurrency. I think they joined Bitcoin. Let me double check. But yeah, they joined somebody there. Pay for making cryptocurrency. Can't even spell crypto. Oh man. Yeah, they're gonna make their own cryptocurrency so you guys can use for their games, for their stuff and all that. They joined. Who did they join?
These nuts.
Yes, they probably might have. Uh, it doesn't really say much here either. But anyway, you'll be able to use that to do a bunch of different things in there on their Facebook page and all that. Also, apparently, these guys have also made a new. Well, they're thinking about making a new credit card. Apple is joining some big consumer spot there to make their own Apple credit card.
I mean, they kind of already have a credit card. It's the Barclay card.
Yeah, but what's the point in that? You know what I'm saying? Cause
I don't know. I mean, just to have it say Apple credit card. I mean, some people gonna go for it. So
I know,
that's none of my business.
What's the point? What's the point of Google Pay then? They're joining Goldman Sachs.
Oh, Goldman Sachs?
Yeah, they're joining those guys to make.
Oh, it's a wrap.
To make a credit card.
It's a wrap. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a wrap.
So then what's the point in Google Pay?
There's not going to be no. There is as you said. What's the point in Google Pay? If you ever notice, Apple does I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I know this is a gaming podcast, but we talk about tech sometime, and this is one of those times where we're gonna go full retard. Apple does copy other companies. Don't get it twisted. They do. I'm an Apple person myself, but when they copy other people, they perfect it. The same thing can be prime example. Google Pay was introduced first. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Google Pay or Samsung Pay. That didn't fly well because no one fucking used it. People did not use that shit. No one used it at all. Not even kidding. A lot of companies didn't get on board with Samsung or Google Pay, whichever one it was. I'm not sure which came first. A lot of companies didn't say, okay, let's support Google or Samsung Pay. Or let's just say Android Pay. A lot of companies didn't say, let's just support Android Pay. The moment Apple comes out with it, every company under the sun, Goldman Sachs, J.C. Penney, Johnson & Johnson, every company underneath Johnson & Johnson.
JP Morgan?
Yeah, JP Morgan. Shut up. You know what that hell meant. J.C. Penney Morgan
just went bankrupt. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
They're making no money right now.
So all of these companies got on board with Apple Pay. Now what you have? You have people like me going into the store, purchasing something, and just boop, scan. There you go. And I walk out the store with my shit without having to pull my wallet out and put my debit card in the chip reader. So it's moments like that. And I know what he said, it does make sense. Why make a credit card? What's the point of Apple Pay? However, whenever you want to scan your credit card or your Apple card on your phone, just scan it and have it to go. End of story. I mean, not all places are going to accept Apple Pay. Most scanners nowadays are starting to get a lot of stores, like small delis and bodegas. If you live in New York City, you know what those are. They don't use those at the moment. However, it's only a matter of time before everybody gets with the program. The only people who haven't got with the program, no offense, Chinese stores, I need y'all to up your game because when I order Chinese food, I don't want to have to run to the store and take money off my card. Please. And I like Chinese food just like the next man does, but you're not going to get me to go outside. If I'm ordering Chinese food, I'm trying to be lazy. If I have to go outside, I'm not lazy. Therefore, I will order something else.
I don't know.
So make it work. If y'all want to make money, get Apple Pay or some shit. Get Android Pay. Get something. Y'all not stupid. I know y'all smart. Come on, figure this shit out.
Here's what I do. I actually have Grubhub and Uber Eats, and I order Chinese food from Grubhub, and I pay using my stuff there. So you know, they'll show up eventually with the food fully paid. So I mean, what you're doing is probably like caveman or something. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean, but think about it this way. What about the people who don't know about using Grubhub? I know what you're talking about. I've ordered Chinese food for my job on numerous occasions.
There you go.
Using Yelp through the Grubhub.
There you go.
Or the Rituals app. Rituals, so you can order stuff. Yeah, I've used it. Yeah. However, what I'm saying is for the people who don't know about these apps, people get smartphones and don't know what the fuck they're doing with a smartphone.
Dumb people get smartphones.
Look, in case any of you haven't noticed, me and Alvin, or let me use our stage names. Me and Joker, I kid you not, work at the same place, and we witness this shit all the time. People using their smartphones and they're glued to the freaking screen. They do not move it. The first day that the World Trade Center opened, a lawyer, not a judge, a lawyer fell down the stairs because this is what he was doing.
That's how you do it.
Fucking lawyer. The second or third week, I believe, a doctor, a surgeon, fell down the grand stairs from the Fulton area.
I don't know.
Mind you, these weren't life-threatening by any means, but dumbass people who have smartphones a majority of the time are like this. You don't need to be that close to your phone.
Dumb people getting smartphones are still dumb.
Exactly. You can't change that. Yeah. That's not going to happen. And those same dumb people, no offense, don't have access to the mind capacity that it takes to find the app Yelp or Grubhub.
Yeah.
Or even Uber Eats.
Oh, my favorite one is that the person will show up with their phone up to me. They'll walk up to me.
How do I get here?
Yeah, exactly. And they on Google Maps.
Oh my God.
They're on Google Maps and they're like, do you know where this place is at? And I'm like, there's an arrow. There's
the people at our job will literally do this. They'll say, excuse me, how do I get here? They'll show, I don't know if you guys can see it, but they'll show, yeah, shut up. They'll show the map of where they're trying to go. And in my head, I'm like, what was the point in all of that? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Some of these people have expensive ass phones like me. They're having $1,000 iPhone 10 or freaking almost $1,000 Samsung Galaxy S9. You don't know. Do you not know how to read maps? Like, what the hell? Is not hard. Up is down and down is up on a map. Occasionally. And it's crazy because these people really don't know how to use maps at all. So they walk up to us and they're like, excuse me, how do I get here? And they'll show you on the map where they're trying to go, and it'll literally be like a block over, or they'll come up to you and say, where's the Apple store? If you've ever been to New York City and you've been to the Oculus, you know the Apple store is the big glass area. Don't ask no more. Just go. On to our next topic, which will make it easier for everybody to understand. We're going to be speculating what we think may happen this E3. And I'm not speculating on anything.
A lot will happen at E3.
I don't think so. I'm not speculating on anything Nintendo related because they pissed me off with that Labo bullshit. So they could take an L.
Labo.
Yeah, they could take an L this E3.
I heard that PS4, well, PlayStation in general is actually.
They're gonna have a very lax E3.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a lot. No,
it's not. No, it's not. Nope. I don't know where you get that information from. Ain't shit happening at this year's E3.
Freaking rumor mill. It's all in the rumor mill.
The reason why I feel like Sony's E3 will be, I think Sony's E3 will literally be low key. What's the word? It will just be low key and end of story. It will be low key. The reason being is because I feel like Sony's E3, they already have all of their good games coming out. The next best thing to do is to just let it ride out into the sunset from here on. And then in 2019, announce the PlayStation 5 for 2020.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because everything, like, if I read that excerpt wrong from the recent PlayStation 5 rumor mill, it said that every game that was made or that started production prior to April 1st, I think 2017 or 2018, I think it was 2018. Everything that started, no, it was 2017. Anything that started production after April 1st, 2017 is for PlayStation 5. So that means I feel like what their Sony press conference is going to be, they already said that they're showing Death Stranded. They're showing more stuff from Death Stranding. They're showing more gameplay, like actual gameplay this time from Last of Us 2. They're showing more not Death Stranding, Days Gone. They're showing more Spider-Man PS4. And it's like, okay, well, the only thing left would probably be Devil May Cry 5 for the PS4, but that's not really a surprise. I mean, they might not even announce that at this year's E3. They might lax it out and announce it at Sony's PSX.
Yeah.
Or the Paris Games Week in October. So what I'm thinking is they'll just show gameplay from the games that they have. And I feel like the way to know how Sony is going to have a great or a crazy E3 that pertains to different people is, think about it. The last couple of years, they would give out tickets so people could go to the movie theaters in whatever city that you were from, and you can go to the movie theater and watch the E3 press conference from the movie theater, and then you got free PlayStation swag, kind of like how you get this from the last one we went to. See? So you would get stuff like this, you know, PlayStation VIP passes and stuff like that. This year, they're not doing it. They haven't announced it. They haven't said, oh, well, stay tuned for this year when we're going to have another PlayStation E3 presser, and you guys can come from all over the the United States or America, or I mean, not America. I said that twice. The United States or EU or Australia or Canada. You know, stay tuned for more information in the coming weeks. They haven't said that yet. So I don't feel like I feel like they're not going to, have people come out of their home to go to a press conference that's not going to have too much to show. They're going to be lax and ride this one out. I feel like this E3, however, will be the E3 that Xbox got to show some skin. Get naked for us. Show the titties. Show the cleavage, bro.
Get naked.
Let's see. Get naked. Get nude. Show games.
You said get naked, and you told them to go put their clothes back on.
I didn't say that.
You said get naked and you show cleavage only.
Shut up. But my idea behind that is I don't want to see any more controllers. Xbox got more controllers than PlayStation.
Actually,
I don't care about the fucking controllers. I don't care.
The other day I went on to the design lab, and they actually upgraded. Like they upgraded the thumbsticks.
Talking about controllers.
Upgraded their grips. I'm just saying, man.
I don't care.
People know, but okay, you don't care, but others do. I care. I care a little bit.
Listen, I have controllers already. Look,
where is it? Give me a second. Hold on.
Give me a second and look at this. You see this? You see these controllers here? These controllers aren't from no design lab. I made these shits myself.
No.
Therefore, whatever that is moot. Oops. It's a moot point right now. Make some fucking games.
Look at this guy. See this guy right here? Look.
No one cares.
He even has my name on the bottom. You can't even fucking see it.
No, you can't see it because it's hideous. It says
my game.
Nobody can see it.
I know they can't.
Because no one cares.
Damn.
Put that piece of shit controller down.
Oh man, you hating, bro. You hating.
I'm not hating. Y'all got y'all got more controllers than games.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because those be the same people who be complaining about us not being able to play games, but y'all complain and go into the PlayStation comment section talking about how the game is trash.
Listen.
Maybe if y'all had games to play, y'all wouldn't care so much about what we doing.
Whatever. You're just mad, bro. You're just mad because we actually have peripherals at work.
What the fuck? Never mind. Never mind. Jesus Christ, this fucking guy.
Well, so speaking of the actual console that matters, Xbox all day.
Jesus Christ. I feel like that list that we had in the previous video. By the way, though we got I think 2 new subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. We got 1 new subscriber at T Game Plays. We're gonna post the link in this comment in this description later for our new page because we're gonna be Yeah, I see. Exactly. T Game Plays knows what it is.
Yeah.
I believe Sony learned and is going to be more consistent. And the only thing is, I feel like they should just stick to their guns and do exactly what they're doing now. Like, keep it normal. Don't go over the top. Keep your marketing the way it has been. The only thing that I would say they need to stop is don't market anything crazy with fucking Activision ever again, because while I'm more of a PlayStation guy, I still play on my Xbox, if you guys can see it back here. And it annoys me to know that certain things like the Destiny Strikes, you can't play until a whole year later. That's the same thing that would happen. I mean, it's different for Call of Duty. It's only a 30-day exclusivity. If they would have did something like that with Destiny, it would have made more sense to me. Like 30 days exclusive on PlayStation, and then, you know, whatever, you could buy it on Xbox later at a later date. But don't keep stuff like that from other games. It becomes a moot point if you're for the players. And I know it's not. I hope it's not Sony doing it. I hope that's more along the lines of Activision versus Sony's marketing team points. Like, you know, Sony's marketing, third-party marketing division, and Activision are just like, okay, yeah, a year exclusivity, fuck it, let's do it. And from that point, they just go on. So, you know, I do hope things like that change in the future, because it's very annoying. And, you know, to see that other gamers can't enjoy this, you know, they can't enjoy these games that we play as well. However, I will say, when it comes to exclusives, let's keep it strictly exclusive. I think Microsoft should reboot Gears from the beginning. Start it over. I said this in the last podcast, which you guys won't be able to see because we're going to be moving to a new page. Thank you for subscribing to us, T Game Plays. Well, we're going to post all of that in the link below, and we're going to leave this video for the next coming weeks so that everybody can see and go to the new page. We're also going to post it to our Facebook and our Instagram page so everyone can subscribe to us there as well. But long story short, I think Gears of War and Halo need a reboot, just like God of War got that reboot.
That'd be nice.
I think it would be amazing. Do it. Don't do a full reboot. Do a reboot with Halo where it makes me want to play Halo. Do it from Master Chief's perspective of how he got chosen to become a part of the Spartan program. Do a Gears of War reboot from the beginning with Marcus Phoenix as a young kid growing up, and, you know, to where he became a part of the you know, the Gears fandom and the lore of Gears of War. Because otherwise, it's like, okay, you keep making Gears, y'all got Gears 5, but is Gears 5 going to be a continuation of his son, or is it going to be a reboot? Because I don't think Microsoft even cares anything at this point anymore. They're firing on all cylinders, but they're only doing it for the software side. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone who got an update recently, it's a new 120 hertz refresh rate on the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, as well as support for 1440p. That's amazing, but you still don't got no games.
Oh yeah,
that's great, but there's no, like, I'm not gonna flex my Xbox One X's muscle on no fucking Sea of Thieves when you can do that shit on the PC.
How dare you? Sea of Thieves looks incredible on the Xbox.
I never said it didn't. I'm just saying I'm not going to flex my Xbox's muscle on no fucking subpar-ass game. Sea of Thieves looks like Borderlands. The graphics of Borderlands, I'm not saying Borderlands look like trash. However, that's not a game that you just show off the graphical prowess of your game. Stuff like the Rise of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider that's coming out on September 14th, 4K, 60 frames. That's some shit that I'm going to buy for the Xbox One X to flex it. I'm even buying Far Cry 5, even though it's like a whole 2 months late. I'm buying Far Cry 5 for the Xbox and not the PS4 Pro.
How dare you?
Just because it's native 4K.
The fans have left now, thanks to you.
This fucking guy. But yeah, long story short, it's annoying. So I do hope that things turn around for the better, and I do hope I hope this E3 for Microsoft's part makes me be like, yeah, I can't wait. This shit is going to be amazing for their next system. Because right now, I'm only happy with Xbox because of their system software updates. Their system software updates are better than Sony's system software updates, and that's an actual fact. The last one that Sony had, I liked because they gave us a little emblem, kind of like how if you have the Xbox preview program, you get an emblem stating that you are on the Xbox preview program. So now you have one for PlayStation. It's like a little badge, and it looked like the old Cap shield, Captain America shield.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I like that. That's pretty dope. That's dope. But I still want to be able to change my name.
Change it.
I see what you say, T Game. But I want to give them, at least some, like, if they can't do it, they can't do it. But I want to give them some type of benefit of the doubt, because we got people like, just think about this for a minute. On Sony's side, you have, Sony Santa Monica is in the league with Naughty Dog. So I'll push them to the side real quick. Let's talk about the smaller studios. Not that small, but the smaller studios. You have Sony Bend, which has been like moot since prior to what was the game? They're known for Siphon Filter and Uncharted Golden Abyss on the PS Vita. They have some other games under their belt, but the notable games that I like are those two games that I just mentioned. Then you have Sucker Punch Studios. They're both proving that you can do something different with a franchise, whether it be Siphon Filter or not. Hell, Sucker Punch is going out of their realm to create something entirely different that's only Musha in a way, like Ghost of Tsushima. That shit's gonna like blow minds. And that's also gonna be at this year's Sony E3 press conference. They're gonna show more, in-depth gameplay. As well as Sony Bend with Days Gone, and then Hideo's new studio with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I feel like I could give them a little hope, because I don't even like Halo. I know a lot of, I hope that Xbox fans do see this, but fuck Halo. That's how I feel. I like Gears more than Halo. But I feel like if they were to be able to reboot it properly, and it was actually good, like through previews and like you played it, the story, the single player, the story was like sound, it was definitive, it was great. That's a good start. That's all we need. And like, I'm the type of gamer, yes, I'm a fan of PlayStation, but I want to see Xbox succeed, because the first system that I ever bought with my own money was the OG Xbox. It wasn't a PlayStation, it wasn't a PS2. As like a youngster, 14 years old, my first system that I bought with my own money was an Xbox and Project Gotham Racing. So it's like, I want to see them succeed, but you can't succeed if you just constantly going after the games as a service and multiplayer only titles. Yeah, they fare better in multiplayer only games. However, how many times can you say that Sony is doing better on the multiplayer front than Xbox right now? If you guys have been watching our live stream since about maybe an hour and a half ago, Sony is outselling Xbox right now. What, I think it's almost 3-1. I believe it's 3-1 if I'm not mistaken. As far as sales worldwide, Microsoft sales are currently at 29 million, and that's only Xbox accounted for, not Xbox One X. Meanwhile, PlayStations are currently at 77. So if you were to believe the rumors of the sales gap, that means Xbox, and mind you, these are from December 2017. So that means Xbox might be at 33 million and PlayStation is currently at 79 million. So if you were to put that and that were true, that means that Xbox hasn't even eclipsed 40 million with OG Xboxes and Xbox One S's sold. Now, if you add the One X to it, they might be at 40 million already, but that's still a difference in 2-1.
Yeah.
So it's like, I believe in them. I want to believe in them. It's not Bungie by any means, but Bungie's not doing good themselves right now. Like, they're in the shitter right now with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, from that type of point of view, how do you continue without making it stale? It's only but so many times people could argue Halo, Gears, and Forza is the best.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say Halo, Gears, and Forza on the PlayStation side. You got to actually have your whole hand out for this. You got to say Uncharted, Jak and Daxter, Spider-Man now, The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, Uncharted 4, Days Gone, Death Stranding. Like
I
could keep going if you want.
I give it to PlayStation. Like
that's why I'm like, there's more variety.
PlayStation has a lot of like single player games in particular, like story driven games. Like they're really good at it. You know, like my wife is a big PlayStation head, and it's because of that, because of like all these games that like it just has an amazing story, and like it's countless, you know. Xbox, on the other hand, they don't really have much, but you know, when it comes to multiplayer, yeah, sure, they got it.
No,
you know?
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind the multiplayer. To me, that's what makes them. When you have stuff that stands you apart from the others, that's what makes it good. That's what makes it be like, okay, that's a reason to pick that system up. However, in the past couple of years, they have stunted that. And they've stunted it in a way where, like, don't get me wrong, I love PC gaming as well. However, you don't, like, it's beyond me at why you would want to have your PC, have Xbox games on PC as well. Then at that point, what's the point of me having a PC? I mean, what's the point of me having an Xbox? Or vice versa, you know, if you are Xbox first and PC later, what's the point of me having an Xbox?
Well, I have an argument for that. What happened to me was...
Wait. Remember what I said at the last podcast, though. I was saying, based on what they're doing with the Games Pass, why didn't they have Games Pass on PC and allow you to play Xbox games?
That's true. Yeah.
And like just had the same way Sony does it. So PlayStation games aren't on PC. However, if you have a capable PC and you have the streaming service that Sony has with Gaikai, you can play Bloodborne on PC, howbeit it'll only be at 720p.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the only difference. However, it's like you gave access to PC gamers a full display of a game with an assortment of changes. I could play Quantum Break at 1440p or 4K. I could play it on a 1340 by 3440 by 1440 monitor or 2550 by 1440 monitor. I mean, you can do that now on the Xbox, but at the same time, what's the point in having an Xbox when you can just have a PC? You can get a pre-built PC right now for the same price as people have paid for 2 Xboxes.
That's true.
And all you need after that is a monitor. As you can see in the back, I'm going to plug them in right now. These LG monitors are great, by the way. This one is the best one. This one right here has HDR enabled, so get that. $549 on Amazon. Might be cheaper sometimes if you wait for the deals. They'll down to $499. You can get yourself a really good monitor for that price. The other price up is $649. That one comes with USB-C. If you have a MacBook and you do college work, that'd be good for you to be able to, put your 4K content onto the monitor. Yes, the fuck I am plugging LG because LG has been doing me wonders so far. So thank you, LG.
I give LG some props right now. They just released a 4K TV for this year with a nanocell one LCD. They did a lot of improvements. Not a lot of improvement, but they improved on the light shading and everything else. Yeah, that TV looks freaking sexy. You know, you're looking at like a little bit over $3,100, but hey, if you got the money and you're really like enthusiastic, I recommend it. You know.
But back to what we were saying, like it's like I feel like they can do it. Like if you can mix both, all they need to do. Think about it. Microsoft is already good at making multiplayer experiences.
Yep.
All you need to do, keep the Gears and the Halo Online separate from the single player story. I know that sounds stupid right now, but I want y'all to get what I'm saying in a few minutes. Hell, you could do it better with Forza. Keep Forza, Horizon, and Motorsport in one world. Keep it in one world. This is what you do. Lock it in one world. And I think Sony should do this with Gran Turismo as well. Keep it in one world and just make a new story content. Make the new story content and charge people it's not like y'all haven't been doing this already, but charge loot boxes for like skins. So you'll be able to not skins, but I would say, find something to charge. I'm pretty sure y'all will figure that shit out. Because skins, I don't know about Forza, but I know with Gran Turismo they don't charge you to do custom skins and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they charge you to do custom skins on there. But what I was saying about Gears of War is keep the online separate so you can still rack up your online over the years. However, just make new single player stories and charge $39.99. You'll get more people like that. I know that that's not the way to go just because of that. But if you sell them at digital the same way that PC gamers pay cheaper for AAA titles, you would still make all of your money back and some if you just keep the online component separate from the single player story. Then all your people have to do is update the multiplayer every now and then and make new single player stories.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I agree with you.
Yeah, if you're on the cusp of doing something like that, you can still have your games as a service. I'm not advocating that by any means, but you can still have your games as a service and have people have online Gears tournaments every month and then be like, are you guys excited for the new Gears single player story coming out in September? Meanwhile, people who want the story can buy into the story through the Games Pass, and people who want the multiplayer will still get their frequent updates. It's not that hard to figure out. It's simple.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm a little skeptical about it now. Because
I think it would only have to be certain games, because the way I said that with Forza, that would never work.
Yeah, because I mean, every so often you would have to update the like the graphics, the engine, and all that.
They could do that with a patch or multiplayer. Update the
yeah,
graphics.
but how many times are you going to be patching shit up? Where now the game that went from being, let's say 50 gigabytes now turns to 150 gigabytes because of all these fucking patches.
That's true. However, how many times do they patch games after the game are released anyway?
Yeah, but they're small patches. We're talking about small patches.
There's games that got 8 gigabyte patches day one.
And that's fine. But then when they release the next installment of the game, that patch
hold on. I got you right now. I'm about to crush your dreams. If you have Halo, anybody watching this, if you have Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, God.
How many gigabytes is that?
A lot. It's over 100.
It's 150.
Yeah.
It's 150 gigabytes. Some people don't even got a fucking hard drive anymore. So my shit still stands. It's like, you can update that with a patch for graphics. The only reason why I say that is because this new thing going around for developers, I haven't heard anyone on Sony's side say it, but I've heard a lot of developers on Xbox side who used to work at Xbox and now work with other companies, and they were like, it's no point. Hell, even EA. Yeah, we don't want to make a decent single player story, so we just scrap it. Like, they didn't say it like that, but you might as well have said that.
Yeah.
So they scrap it and they just do multiplayer only. That's why you got these games coming out that are PUBG style or PUBG style with a multiplayer separate, and there's no story. Prime example, the new Call of Duty coming out, no single player campaign. Battle Royale mode only and multiplayer only. That's it. The new Battlefield coming out, Battle Royale, single player, and multiplayer. So it's like, people are approaching this new games as a service and Battle Royale mode, and they're not thinking, okay, well, what about the gamers that like Gears of War and they don't even play the multiplayer? There's people who buy Call of Duty strictly for single player and don't even play multiplayer. I have 6 friends who play single player only in Call of Duty, and then they sell it back.
Yeah.
But we're gonna segue off of this and talk about a couple other things prior. There's only one thing I wanted to talk about because we've been like all up in this, and this is like probably our longest podcast yet. But I've been binge watching Hunter x Hunter, and it gets good after episode 5. And it's been confirmed to start season 2 in 2018. I don't know when in 2018, but the Weekly Shonen already started. It already started January 29th, 2018. And that's all I know for now. That's the Weekly Shonen. So most likely in August of 2018, we'll probably get some more anime from them. However, I'm finally up to date on One Piece. I was up to date on One Piece like a month ago. It only took me 2 weeks to watch 800 episodes. Crucify me if you want. Oh, Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. But, Hey, I've been enjoying it, man. Like I'm trying my hardest not to watch One Piece anymore, so I can have the episodes build up. So I'm binge watching Hunter x Hunter and like anything else that happens. So I want you guys to just give us your recommendations on what animes you've been watching and what you think we should watch.
Yeah.
Also, I went to go see we went to go see Avengers Infinity War, and let's just say I'm gonna give y'all a couple of more weeks before, so everybody can see it before I talk about that, because that shit was amazing. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen the memes or have been spoiled, but shit was amazing. Before we go, I would like to thank all of our subscribers that have subscribed to us. We love you guys. Seriously, I know a lot of YouTubers say shit like this, but we really love y'all.
Yeah.
We want to let y'all know that we have another YouTube page that's up. We're going to post the link in this video's comment description. Not comment description, in this video's description. We're also going to post some of the stuff that we've spoken about. Please follow that, follow and subscribe to that new page, and follow us on Instagram at The Gaming Cult with 2 eyes. And this is Music signing out. Go ahead, Joker, with your outro.
All right, man. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Appreciate all the fan support and everything else. Please subscribe to the other channel. That way we can start fresh and brand new. We can give you nice latest content and everything else. And as always, if you guys need to speak to me, need to talk to me about whatever, email me, chat with me, hit me up on Facebook, PlayStation, the Switch. Doesn't matter. JokerXNYC at whatever the hell you can think of .com. That's where I'm at.